So when we do a reading, it's very dependent on that moment, your energetic state, the thoughts in your mind, like what's going on at home, things like that. As those things change, your aura colors change as well. And also with, say you get a reading from me and say you're yellow and you have a lot of those like shame spiraling and analysis paralysis going on. Then you get a reading from me, you realize what's going on, you start going on more walks. And from that, your energy can change because you come more in flow. Just like a different state of mind, just a different energetic state.
So welcome everyone to the Liftoff Experience. I'm super excited for this one because this is going to be one that is going to be, it's going to be deep. We're going deep. And not only that, like I'm excited because Tessie, this is the first time, actually not the first time, it's her second podcast in 2 years. And I'm going to go to her Instagram right now. And I'm going to start this episode off with the preface of, you remember like the aura rings, the ones you wear on your hand, and it changes the color depending on your mood? Well, this is like that, but on a whole nother level. And by the end of the episode, I'm going to put my hand on this device and there's going to be like a picture being taken and all the things. And there's a printer and she has a laptop, and Tessie's going to go through the process of giving me an aura reading, and we're going to do it live. And this is something that I want to give you all the opportunity to experience as well. And so this is called the Aura Photography Plus Readings. And so you'll learn all about that closer to the end of the show. Tessie, welcome to the Liftoff Experience. Let's give everyone out there some liftoff today with today's episode as we go deeper into your story. And, you know, the intention is to just inspire someone out there. You know, you never know who's out there right now, who's watching, listening, and maybe can relate to you on your story, because I think you have a story that a lot of people can relate to because of the corporate world or doing something that we'll say, if you're out of alignment, maybe you don't feel so great about. Right? And so let's get into that a little bit. So before doing all of this and getting into your alignment, doing something that you really feel passionate about, like what were you doing? What was your work? What was your job?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I love this. I got into aura reading I basically just kind of woke up one day. I was in school to become an x-ray tech. I was basically done with the program. I just had to work as an x-ray tech for like 3 more months, graduate, take the test, go to work. And I was in this space where I kind of realized I would come home and I didn't really like doing x-rays.
Too much radiation.
No, it was like the hospital too. Like there's no windows.
So sterile.
People are sick.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of heavy energy. And me being sensitive, I was subconsciously absorbing it and it would affect my mood. And then just like having to be in a space of having to like help other people all the time and be like friendly, you know, like it was just a lot of energy to hold together.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I realized I didn't like that.
Yeah.
And so that sent me on this big journey of like, well, I've been working towards this for 10 years. And somewhere in there, how did I lose myself? And like, how did I end up here? Right. And so I'm still finishing school.
Still?
Yeah. And so I'm like still going through it because like I can't just like quit.
Yeah.
You know, I've got a couple months. And I'm just going through this period of deep transformation. It was actually really wild because I would go into like the hospital setting, being like a normal person, working a normal job. But inside, I'm like, I'm having this like existential crisis right now.
Oh my God.
And nobody even knows. And so it was just like, that kind of put a lot into perspective of like, people are really dealing with so many things that we really don't know. And that's a little bit off topic. Sorry about that. But,
I mean, you're totally fine because I want to go wherever this flows. And just to add a note to that, I'm reading a book, Becoming Supernatural, Dr. Joe Dispenza. And, you know, in the medical field, and maybe you know or do not know this, I think you all probably should know this. You just said it. Like, people don't understand that it's more than just popping a pill. There's something within inside that we're going through that we need to understand and we need to be able to express, which it sounds like you're starving inside. You couldn't express it. You know, you're like, oh, I'm doing this job. This is what I signed up for. This is my career. And then inside you're like taking on, and it's interesting. So you were taking on the energy, and you can move that down if you want and chill out a little bit more. You don't have to be, she's so proper and prompt.
I know. I gotta.
You're
I gotta,
good.
like, ease into it.
Whatever. Yeah. Whatever makes you comfortable. So, so you were feeling the energy then of the individuals that are going through whatever, like illness or ailment or whatever. You kind of like felt their energy.
It wasn't, so I don't like actually feel other people's feelings inside of me.
Okay.
But I have very, very strong feelings, and I can empathize for somebody very strongly. Like, I can put myself in somebody else's shoes, and through my own situations that I've been in that are similar, I can empathize for them.
Yeah.
And so, but that's like a lot of space holding it's 8 hours of space holding plus like physical labor, which I didn't know X-ray was a lot of physical labor.
What is it like? Because you have to move, like there's like that heavy vest and stuff.
Yeah, well, you have to wear the heavy vest sometimes.
Okay.
But then you also have to like move the patients because they're sick. And so it's like, it's just really, really physical that I didn't realize.
Interesting.
But so just a little tidbit out there for people.
No, that's good though, right? Like, so they know.
There's a lot that people don't know about X-ray. But anyway, so it just wasn't for me. And was going through like, this big crisis. I'm like, I don't know who I am. I don't have any hobbies. I was just so thrown into motherhood and school, being a wife, doing all that. And then I finally decided, like, I'm just going to kind of like take a step back. So I'm processing all of this in my last few months of school. I graduate, and before I take my test to become like a licensed X-ray tech, I was just contemplating for a really long time, like, is this what I want to do? Like, is this for me? What happens if I like don't move forward? Like, what does that look like in my life?
Oh, yeah.
And that was really, really hard to sit with. A lot of people's judgments, like a lot of people were just really confused. And like imagine how confused I am.
Like, I'm already confused. Okay. I don't need any of your confusion here.
No, seriously. I'm like, I don't understand it either, but I can't live my life like that.
Yeah.
I just can't. I refuse to.
Wow.
And so I went on a soul searching adventure, ended up in Sedona with a friend.
Okay. Were you already living here or no?
Yeah. So I grew up in Arizona, lived here my whole life.
Okay.
And, but I've never really been like, I've been quietly spiritual, like internally, but not like externally spiritual like I am now.
Yeah.
And so I went to Sedona with a friend just to, for a fun thing, not really looking for anything, and got my aura read there. And in that, when I was reading through it, I'm like, oh, I actually kind of remember like being this person.
Really?
And so it like sparked kind of like a little bit of a way forward, because I was in a space where I only knew what I didn't want. I didn't want to be an X-ray tech. I didn't want to be unhappy, and so that kind of helped me build a little bit of a way forward. But the aura reading really was like, really helped me understand. And then I was doing a lot of trauma healing at that time. Like, I was just going really deep into my own wounds. I was discovering a lot about myself, about my, what's the word for it? Like patterns that were not so healthy. And so, yeah, I started working on that. It just ended up as an aura reader.
That's so amazing. Congratulations on that. Sounds like when you had your liftoff moment to then understand and see the possibility and the potential. And then since that helped you, it seemed like that was a catalyst to say, you know what, like this helped me. Like, who else could this potentially help? And congratulations for doing something that makes more sense for you. And I could relate. And it's interesting because I was just in California. We were talking about that. I just got back into town, and my grandmother has COPD, and she's on a bunch of medication because she also now has like cancer on her lungs and these black spots, and she's going to the doctors, and then she has this pain on the side and she can't figure out what it is. And they try to like kill like nerve endings and all these things. And it's just like, oh, grandma, you know, and I love her, and she's been such a big support for me. This is my mother's boyfriend. They've been together for like years and years, 20 something years. And she would always like dress me up in suits and give me, you know, the clothes because I was starting my business. This is back before Liftoff Agent where it was now. And so, you know, to empathize it's like, it's draining somewhat, you know, and then she has the oxygen machine and we try to go out to lunch and then we go shopping, you know, and then Pop, this is, so that's on my side, my wife's side. So you have her stepmother. This is going to be Colette, and this is Mike, and we call him Pop because he's grandpa, and he had a tumor in his brain. They did the surgery, got it out, and then apparently he had a bladder infection. So within the bladder infection, they didn't catch it in time, and so there was bacteria went back into his bloodstream, and so it caused all these complications right after he just got done with the surgery, you know, and what have you. And I'm like, ugh. And I'm there. It's in Copperopolis, California. I'm there. He's tired. He's sleeping, and we want to hang out with him, you know. And I almost thought I had a bladder infection. I got back. I was like, "Do I have a bladder infection?" I was like peeing a lot. I was like psychologically like trip myself out, you know, because I could see where it coming from, like. When you're around a certain type of energy, it's not maybe so much that I took on the energy, but I really wanted to help in any way I possibly could. So I did some breathing exercises with him. I told my grandma maybe I could do that with her. I was like, just go outside. Like if you watch the episode with Michael, that's how we actually Michael and a few others, how we met. But I'm like, grandma, like go take your shoes off and like go in the grass, like go get some sun. Like, and then I sent her Dr. Joe Dispenza's video. And if y'all want that, comment down below. I'll give it to you. And it's like a gratitude meditation, self-healing meditation. And so I've been doing it. I did it 3 days in a row. I didn't do it yesterday. So I got to do it today. But I just want to empathize with you because I understand how heavy it could be. And that's just a micro dose of what you're talking about, 8 hours. Like that is crazy. So go ahead and continue on your story. I just wanted a little side note there.
No, not at all. That was pretty much it. But yeah, it's it can take a lot for you. So those in the medical field, make sure that you are taking care of yourself and you are not over giving to other people. You cannot give from an empty cup, and make sure that you are taking care of yourself too.
I love that. Amen. 100%. Amen. I love that. So then before, let's rewind a little bit here. So you met your husband, you had 1-2 children like before you then quit and like stopped doing that?
Yeah. Okay. So I met my husband in 2010. We got married in 2011. So we've been married for, I think we just celebrated our 14 years.
Wow. Congratulations.
September. Thank you. We have 2 kids. They are 10 and 8.
Awesome.
And my youngest actually was born with a congenital heart defect.
Oh, no.
So for those out there, he has HLHS. Basically what it means is he was only born with half of his heart.
Wow.
Yeah. So I might start crying here.
It's okay.
I don't talk about him a lot because I want him to, I just want him to be as normal.
Yeah.
You know, because it does affect him. But anyways, so. Yeah, so he was born with half a heart and had to have 2 open heart surgeries when he was 1 week old and 6 months old. And so it was, as you can imagine, a lot.
Yeah.
And so that really plays a part into everything that I carry and how I lost myself.
Yeah.
And yeah, for a long time, he was not your typical baby, of course. And so I had to like monitor him with his doctors really closely. And it was a lot of energy. Providing for somebody else. Again, it was just one of the ways that I really like lost myself in motherhood.
Yeah.
And in being a wife, trying to be together for everyone
Yeah.
all the time. Eventually it broke me. So I started drinking really heavily after my son had his second surgery, and we were more like in the clear, and he was more of a normal baby, not, not still quite. He just needed a little bit more extra monitoring for what to look out for. But yeah, so I started drinking really heavily, and while I was in school, he was like a year old when I got accepted into school. So I'm full-time student, full-time mother,
Wow.
full-time wife,
Wow.
drinking very heavily. And that just was not sustainable. And so I ended up in rehab in 2019. I took a year off of school to just focus on my life because I knew it was falling apart.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, so that in itself was like a lot to admit that this was too much for me to handle. But went to rehab. I am now, I've lost track of how many years, if I'm being honest. What's 19? 6? Almost 6 years sober?
Go.
Like that?
Let's
Woo!
go. Congratulations. That's amazing. That's amazing. No, that's awesome. And, I just want to say for viewers and listeners out there, like, we're just going with the flow here. Like there was no script. And I really appreciate the fact that like you just opened up like that, because I feel like as hard as that was for you, there's a lot of people out there that also have that, and it's hard for them to open up. And I feel like that's the first part of healing and growing, is being able to look at yourself in the mirror and be able to take that time and self-reflect. And, I can imagine how much more of a stronger person you are, like mother, wife, now business owner. So I just want to say congratulations, like super proud of you.
Thank you.
Of course.
It was, I definitely built a lot of confidence.
I can imagine.
From that. So I know that I always have my back, no matter what situation I'm going through. I'm always going to make it out okay.
Amen.
I've made it out of the darkest holes and I'll always get out of them.
Yeah.
So
100%. 100%. That's, that's what it is. And, from the outside perspective, like we met at an event, and Melissa at the first event we met was actually, you know what? It was the podcast. It was Nico's podcast. I never met you that day, but that's the first time I heard about you. And it was Just Grow Podcast. Nico, shout out. He was on not Real Estate First, it was Real Estate First Technology. That's my other podcast, not the Liftoff Experience. Not yet. Who knows? We'll get him back on this show. But my wife did the reading. I saw your work. I saw her picture, and she was so excited about it. And then we met and actually had more of an intimate conversation with Michael's event, Jungle Rhythms, which is awesome. So we're gonna have more guests on the show from that event, which I'm super excited about.
Ooh, that'll be really fun. There were a lot of really cool people there.
Super cool people. And so from the outside perspective, meeting you, seeing you, what have you, the perception was you're in your knowing, you're bubbly, you're fun, you're happy, you're all these things. And, as much as you can judge from the outside perspective, like we all have so many things that we've gone through, and it's beautiful to see, the things that you've gone through to take you and to lead you to where you're at, from the spiritual sense of doing what you're doing with these aura rings and what have you to help people. So that's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
You.
Of course.
Thank you.
Of course. Heck yeah. So, so then going through, that process, I mean, your husband's supportive, I can imagine, the whole time. I mean, which is amazing, right?
Yes, definitely supportive.
Yeah.
It was very, 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 very hard on everyone, not just me or my immediate family, like my extended family, like my personal family, his personal family. Yeah, very, very supportive. I owe so much to him, and I honestly would not be where I am right now without him.
Aww.
He's like my rock.
That's so beautiful. That's amazing.
But yeah, oh my gosh, that's like what's getting me the most right now.
That's okay. You can take a second and no
But
worries.
he really is like, I love him so much, clearly, but he really is.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know where I'd be without him.
Wow. That's so amazing. And how did you guys originally meet?
It was a blind date.
Oh, really?
Yeah, our friends, we had mutual friends. Like I
Okay.
had a friend from cheer in like around high school. I knew her.
Yeah.
She was dating this boy. He was her, I'm sorry, her boyfriend's friend.
Okay,
Yeah. And
okay.
so they're like put us together and we,
Vibed out. And
Yeah.
like the rest is history. So this is since high school you've known him.
not quite high school. I was in college because my friend was
Okay.
a little bit younger than me.
Okay. Okay.
So I was fresh out of high school. I was like 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, so still very much a baby.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, we kind of like met. And it's weird because we're very, very opposite people.
Okay.
Like when we were dating, we were even like, I don't know how we like get along because we don't like a lot of the same things. But like we can't stay away from each other. So
There's must be some deeper connection, you know?
no, for sure. It was like one of those connections where it was just like instantly, this person has been my friend before, like a really long time ago, something like that.
I feel that.
Yeah, I've never felt any kind of like safety like that in anybody else before.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, so that was like, I just had to have that.
That's beautiful. I have that with my the sponsor of our show, Liftoff Agent co-founder, which is Smith, and we're super opposite. He's Korean. I'm this white guy. He's techie and does all the back end stuff. I'm front end face guy. You know, the cheerleader for everyone. And people would be like, "How does this work?" But it just works.
Right?
Less words, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we have each other's back. We know where we like the relationship starts and stops, and it's just a beautiful relationship. I had to push a little bit for this thing because he was just like, oh, the brand's very kind of close to the marketing company brand, and I don't want to have any issues with like, you know, depending on your conversations or whatever else, because I do want to push the envelope a little bit with conversations on this show because I feel like that's where the growth happens. And there's not a lot of podcasts that go deeper into philosophical, spiritual types of other type of conversations outside of just maybe your personal growth podcast or a real estate technology podcast, you know, so which is super exciting.
Yeah, no, that's so true.
Right? It's just different.
Yeah.
And, you know, and that's why I have the alien. I want to have something a little bit more kind of like, you know, are they real? Are they not? And whatever, you know, it's just like kind of fun.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And so now, X-Ray Tech, met your husband fresh out of high school, in college, have this connection, and then you guys hit it off. And then next, you know, you're having a couple children, and then you're going through a time in your life where you're trying to be a rock for everybody. And then the drinking comes up, and then you hit rock bottom, and then you bounce back. And how did that all, like the bounce back and what have you, like, was it a moment for you, like a catalyst moment where you're like, enough's enough? Like,
As far as like going to rehab, there was a moment where I was just like I had like a panic attack inside Target. And I'm like, okay, like, girl, let's take a look in the mirror. Let's do something about this.
yes.
And so like I made that realization like the next day I went to rehab. Like it was just all very, very quick.
Wow.
And so again, like shout out to my husband for
Did he know or he didn't know?
I basically just like told him,
Yeah.
and then it just like happened. So it was definitely really, really hard for a lot of people because I had two young kids. We had two young kids.
For sure.
But we all made it out and everything has been a lot better since
amazing.
then. And I just try to be the better version of me.
Amen.
And yeah, that's really all I can
That's all you could do.
all you can really do.
Yeah, I love that for you. That's awesome. And so then after rehab, from rehab to like going to Sedona to then getting into the field that you're in with the aura reading, like what did that time frame look like?
Okay, so I was in school graduating in 2021.
Okay.
I think it was September actually.
Okay.
September 2021. And a couple months later is when my son had his third surgery in November. And so from September to November, I was scheduling my to take my test. And I kept having to like reschedule it. And I was also like, I was trying to study for the exam and contemplating like, do I want to take this exam? Like, do I really want to go forward with this?
Yeah.
Or not? And then I got like an undeniable sign from the universe. And I'm probably going to sound like a crazy person. I kind of am. But so I was on the website for the like board of radiology to reschedule my exam. It wouldn't let me reschedule. This had never happened before. And so I had no choice but to cancel it, because if you don't, like, I was supposed to show up the next day and you have to cancel within 24 hours or like it's a big thing. And so I had to cancel it. When I hit cancel, it went right through, and you usually have to pay like $10 every time you reschedule, cancel, do anything to your appointment. It all went right through, and I didn't have to pay anything. And so, right, I'm like sitting here, I'm contemplating, like, do I even want to do this?
Yeah.
And then it like goes right through, and I'm like, And then it was at 11:11.
No shit. Interesting.
At 11:11. So I'm like, okay. So I kind of just sat on that for a little bit. And I was like, I think that if I walk away from this, that everything will be okay.
I love that. Liftoff. Let's go. And obviously it is.
Yeah. And
you're here, we're talking, and we're going to be going deeper into what you're doing and what have you later on the show, and even doing it too. So I'm really excited about those, staying to the end for that. That's awesome. So then you walk away, and then you move into now what you're doing now?
Yeah. So there was something I was just going to say. Oh, when I was contemplating like walking away, it happened at 11:11, right? Like that really, really got my attention because I'm super spiritual and kooky. And I just had this inner like knowing and feeling that like I am meant to help other people in some way.
Yeah.
I know part of that is because of my experiences that I've been through. And so I just kind of like took a bet on myself. I'm like, universe, like,
go.
If this is meant to happen, like, you got to step up now and you got to help me out. But
Give
like,
me a sign, please.
No, but literally, like, I was in constant like prayer, talking, you know, just like, help me, like, show me the way. What do I do? How do I use my gifts? How do I help people around me? How do I become my most like aligned and elevated self? Things like that. So, and then through that, I was actually approached by somebody to, hey, let's do an aura reading company.
You were approached?
I was approached totally out of nowhere.
What?
Yeah, completely out of nowhere. I got my aura read. And then 9 months later.
This is Sedona?
Yeah, in Sedona, when I got my aura read, I came home and I told my husband, I was like, oh, that was so cool. I really wish I could do that for a job. Like, it wouldn't even feel like work. That would be amazing. 9 months later, I'm approached by somebody else, like, hey, let's do aura readings. And so me being someone who, you know, talking to the universe, send me signs. Okay, I hear you. I see you. I guess this is what we're doing now.
Wow.
And
let's go.
That's honestly how I got into it.
That's super cool. And I just want to preface really quick. Not everyone out there really understands this whole, like, you know, what 1111, angel numbers, right? Or understands like universe, spiritual. And, you know, not to go into a huge tangent on it, I just feel like, you know, there's a difference. And this is coming from, my intention is coming from love, okay? Coming from love and being positive. I'm not here to give any preconceived notions. I'm just here to say, check it out. Like, you have religion and you have spirituality. And I believe they're different. I don't feel like they're the same. And I feel like they're, in my mind, and you have your own beliefs, and we all are entitled to our own beliefs. I believe that, like, hey, if you feel that the text in a book is going to help you get closer to spirit, then by all means, that's fantastic. And I do believe that there's something beautiful about being connected in a spiritual sense from the perspective of signs without words. Because not to go super deep here, but I'll get a little deeper. When you listen to, and you can check it out, and you can go and watch, like there's Gaia, and you can watch different shows, and you can watch shows like people that die and come back and what have you. There are no words to explain the beauty, the light, the what have you. When they say they pass on and then they come back, it's almost like they can't even explain it. So if source spirituality is something that, like, when you pass on and come back, you can't even explain. And I don't want to, here goes the comments. How could, the words in a book, you know what I'm saying, explain everything? So I just want to give you some enlightenment to challenge you to a different perspective, because I know there's people out there, I'm not going to say any names, but what came up for me when you said what you said, because some people think about, like when you think about spirituality, universe, not the Bible, woo woo, whatever. You're demon, you're this, you're that, but you're coming from love and you want to serve people. And it doesn't matter about, the other side, as you wish, all good. And I just think it's beautiful that you're seeing the signs, you're seeing the numbers. I see them all the time. 7's my thing. And 727, 777, whatever. I see them, I see the signs, and I just keep on keeping on. So very beautiful. I love that. So second time, that was just like a end quote. Moving on the podcast now. So go ahead and give me all your feedbacks in the comments below.
Yes, please.
So second time, talk to your husband, love to do this for a job. What was his reaction? What did he say? Was just supportive? Would he give you some feedback?
He's always been incredibly supportive. And so
what's his name?
His name is Levi.
Levi, shout out. That's my daughter's middle name.
Really?
Jordan Levi Kinsey.
I love that.
It's a great name. I love that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Definitely. Like, if I didn't have that support, I probably actually wouldn't have been able to walk away, if I'm being completely honest, because it was a lot of pressure. Like, this decision was not taken lightly in any way. Like, I saw 1111 and I took that as a sign and a symbol from the universe to go ahead and like jump. But it was a lot of reflection. And even once I got that sign, it was like still a little bit of resistance, because it was so much change. It was so different. It felt like a lot of expectation. And so, yeah, my husband is he's incredibly supportive.
Wow.
I wouldn't be able to really like be here or help people in the way that I can without his support and him listening to my craziness, my tangents, and everything.
Well, that's where I feel like, and congratulations, shout out to Levi. That's where I feel like, when you have a connection, the connection is a connection without words. And in my ideology, my philosophy, just to give some context, is once you label something, and every single thing is labeled, this is a phone. Do you want to argue? Is it a phone? Is it not? Right? Like, you're watching on a screen. You want to argue? Like, it's there. When you have the names and the labels, then it gives you the ability to judge, because you, me, we all have our own opinions on whatever the subject matter is. And sometimes that causes this. And so you and him having this knowing without needing to say anything, to be supportive towards each other, is such a blessing, because with you following your knowing and just being in like alignment, I can imagine it's even raising his awareness of like, without saying anything, you know what I'm saying? And so he's getting an upgrade, right?
Yeah. Well, if anything, like, what's like, I did this out of nothing. Like, I was, oh my gosh, like at rock bottom.
Yeah.
So like, if anything, like the heart, like the dreams and desires in your heart are there for a reason, and they're meant for you. And so if anything, like, whatever you want to do, you absolutely can do. You're the only one holding yourself back. And that's like, I hope that when people see my growth and see what can be created out of nothing, that doesn't become your reason for not like doing something. I hope that made sense.
Amen. 100%. I love that lift-off moment right there. Follow your dreams. Do what you want to do. Don't listen to anyone else. And even if it's freaking out there crazy and there's not a whole lot of people doing or no one doing it, do it. Like, think about the people out there, like the Wright brothers that started flight. No one did it, but they did it. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, Henry Ford. I mean, there's so many pioneers, and I feel like you are a pioneer in something that is unique and different. I can't wait to get into this at the end of the show to show you how all this works, and then maybe you all want to potentially get a reading as well. So you're telling your friends, you're telling your family, you're going for it. What are we getting here? Resistance wise, people saying things like, what's their feedback?
There was a lot of, oh, okay.
Like, good luck.
That was pretty much it. Yeah. Like,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, so that's what's happening.
Wow. That's so cool.
But yeah, I mean, I don't like my circle is very, very, very small. So there weren't like a ton of people I felt like I had to like explain myself to.
Yeah. Which you don't need to out there at all.
Yeah, no, you definitely don't need to. But yeah, so I just kind of didn't really care what people thought.
I love that. It's so cool. I mean, you look at some of the people out there, some of the most successful people are the ones that are hermits. They don't have a big circle. They're a hermit. They say to themselves because they want to protect their energy. And like, welcome to my hermit land here. This is where I protect my energy. I hope it's good energy for you.
Yes.
And awesome. And so I create back there. I create over here. I actually co-create here. I synchrally create over there. Sometimes I do podcasts over there. And so, you know, and it's a lot of fun. And, you know, when you explain yourself to people or who do you know out there, talk, nothing happens. It's better to say nothing and just be in silence and get the work done. And before you know it, here I am. And they'll be like, what?
I love doing that actually.
Right?
Yeah, I don't like to tell people like hardly anything about me. Like even coming here, I think I only told my husband.
Really?
Yeah, like it's just, I don't know. I just don't really feel the need to like share a lot of details. And I don't really know what that is about me.
Hey, I love that though. I love that for you because I'm the opposite. And my wife says, stop it. Stop sharing. So it's like, people feel like they can just open up and say whatever to me. And like, I receive it. I'm totally fine. Whatever. It's my whole life story. And like, we did the aura reading and you even said like, you're someone that people feel comfortable with. They can just open up. They can tell you their whole life story. And I receive that. And I'm very appreciative of that. And also, I think on my side, you know, privacy is a protection from the perspective of like, there's narcissists out there. And there's people out there that if you say too much, then they'll then try to use that as ammunition against you to put you in a corner or whatever the case may be. And before we got on the show, I alluded a little bit to that with someone that was in my life. And I don't even want to talk about names and what have you. And, you know, it's like when you really care and you're just like wanting to help and you wanted to serve and whatever else, like you just never know what the other party has in their mind, what their intention is, whatever the case may be. So it's like, you know what, like, I'm good. No more. I'm not opening up. Sorry. No, I'm joking. I am, but not as much. Not as much.
Yeah. No,
So-
you have to protect your energy. Like
Yes.
you have to. And honestly, like a lot of the times when it can be a really, really hard decision, but you just have to do it. And most of the time it's going to benefit you in the end. If
really
not
is.
immediately, like long term, you just don't want to be like stuck in a relationship like that. But
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
anyways,
I love that. Okay. So let's get into, so where do you start? Like, so you want to start this business, you know, where do you start? Where do you get going? Like, how did you even get that off the ground?
I will be honest. It's just like a lot of divine timing.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, how we met was very serendipitous.
Yes, it was.
And that's just kind of how I guess, move through life.
I love that.
Yeah. So it was just a lot of like, you know, I'm mainly through Instagram.
Okay.
And so I'm like posting, you know, trying to get exposure, trying to find a way to explain it
Yeah.
because it's it's hard to explain a little bit. But yeah, I'm just trying to get as much exposure on Instagram as I can. And that kind of leads me to different events, different pop-ups. I've done some markets and
Love it.
just kind of, through different connections and things like that.
And so when it comes to like technology wise, so like the technology that we have here, we'll get into a little bit later, but like you just did some research, found out like the device or what you would need in order to like facilitate.
Yeah. So I just looked up Aura cameras. I had to do quite a bit of research because it was kind of hard to find. And so, for anyone listening, there's like 2 different kinds of cameras. If you ever have questions, just reach out to me and I'll give you more info. But I had to do a lot of research to find the machine that I wanted, and then just bought the machine. And then from there, it was like a lot of, basically, this is my business, this equipment right here.
I love it.
I don't need a ton more than that.
I love it.
And so, yeah.
I mean, you set it up here, easy, pop up, no big deal. You know, this is one plug in, which is awesome. Just a backpack. I mean, you know, I love that. And then you don't have to have a whole lot of things. And as you do grow it, do you have any aspirations as far as like, do you want to like, I don't know, educate others so they can start their own businesses with it? Just like do it yourself? Like, what's your vision? I'm curious.
So I do have a vision.
Yeah.
Again, speaking on being secretive and not talking about things until they're done. But I do. What I am currently working on, we'll go with that. I am working on collaborating with sound healing practitioners. And I want to do a sound healing and aura reading combination. Get the sound healing done with some relaxation, reset your nervous system, get rid of all the stuff you've been carrying. And then after that, do an aura reading. And then it could be like a big group reading, depending on how many people are there. But like a smaller group, I could do a big group reading. But so that's kind of where I would like to focus my energy more in growing that type of way, and then working on some like workshops and stuff in the future for next year.
I love that. I love that. Well, thank you for sharing what you can. Secretive, doesn't say a lot. I like that. So you're going to have to give her a follow on Instagram. Links down below. And if you can't wait to follow her, then it's just going to be, you or a star, right?
Yes.
Check it out. And you can go ahead and give her a follow on Instagram right now. No, I love that. I love that, you know, just let it unfold the way it's supposed to. I think that the sound healing makes a lot of sense. My wife has a really good connection for you on that. And she's doing a day retreat, a women's day retreat, actually just right here in like Mesa or Tempe, not too far. So maybe something you would be interested in. And then you can actually meet... can't think of her name off the top of my head, but she'll tell you. And she does amazing sound healing. But it makes a lot of sense to be able to do the sound healing. So, like as an example, and you can give some additional to this, you know, frequency, right? And you know, if you're not brain heart coherent, and where you feel like, and you feel like, I got this bill, traffic, I got in a car accident, I got a flat tire, and like. It's almost like this fragmented energy, right? It's like, I can imagine harder to get a reading, right?
Sorry, say that last part
Harder to
again.
get a reading when it's like they're fragmented or thinking all over, or?
No, I mean,
No? Okay.
I will be honest, there are kind of like aura colors that are a little bit more frantic and chaotic.
Just in general?
It's more of when they're burnt out.
Oh, so you'll see that in the colors.
So I do address that. Like the colors I'm speaking on specifically are yellow and sometimes purple too, but more so yellow. Yellow is really high energy. It kind of feels like this, but it's always coming in. And so if that energy isn't going out of your body in some creative way, it can get stuck inside and it tends to go up into the brain. And that's like overthinking, overanalyzing, analysis paralysis.
Got it.
Shame spiraling, things like that. So I do, and if you're in a reading with me and you do have yellow, I do talk about this because that is one of the indicators that you are burnt out. And so you got to go for a walk. That's the best way to move that energy is just go for a walk without
simple.
headphones. That's a big part. You can't have the headphones because you got to let the thoughts that you said, that's for a different time. Like now's the time. So you got to leave the headphones, do the walking. It'll unearth all those energies, thoughts, and then you just walk it out.
I love that. I love that. Something super simple, but yeah, because I feel like there's so many times like we like to downregulate in ways where we'll, it could be substance abuse. That's alcohol, that's marijuana. It could be also distractions, headphones when you're walking, watching TV. There's different things that we can do where it's like also you can go even deeper on this. There's things that you could be doing like watching porn or whatever else that can totally take you from one emotion that you never really processed to then go into another emotion, which could be, pleasure because of a substance or because of what you're watching, but you should address the first emotion and get yourself down regulated, where I like meditation, taking a walk, stretching, going to the gym, and then getting to that next step. And I think that right now, the biggest thing that I think society, the world in general needs is how to self-regulate.
Oh my gosh, yes. Like I say this, guys, I struggle to regulate myself. Like I am very much like I'm not just all love and light all the time.
No, you?
Right. Never. I'm an angel. No, but like I'm human. We're all human, right? I have emotions. I'm a very deep feeler. I have very big emotions. So like, yes, I also myself could very much benefit from regulation, and I can definitely tell a difference in the times where I am consistently meditating and taking care of myself, going to the gym, and when I'm not. And so if you have not been able to experience the difference of what it's like to be regulated and non-regulated, I invite you to take some steps to regulate and just see what happens and see how it feels, because it's night and day difference.
Oh my God, 100%. Like, let's all inspire you to have some liftoff with down regulation and doing something as simple as like taking a walk, stretching, gym, meditation, what have you. And
just putting your feet in the grass, guys.
Oh my God, yes.
It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be super complicated. You just give what you have. And if all you have to give is going outside for a couple seconds, then you've done 100% of what you can do. And that's beautiful.
Yeah, mine was weed. I'd smoke weed. In my 20s, I would do that. And into my early 30s, not so much anymore. It does come up sometimes. But now I don't know why. It doesn't feel in alignment anymore. It just really does. Time, occasions, whatever. But as far as like to downregulate, like I'm like, no, not doing that anymore. And, yes, it's plant. Yes, whatever. There's different things you could say. But what I heard was actually, it was a different podcast guest, I believe I had, that said that actually, or a video that I watched, said marijuana actually for men lowers testosterone.
Wait, I think I have heard that actually.
Yeah, because it's a mother plant. And so I don't know if it like raises, comment below if you know the details or do a quick little search for us, raises your estrogen, lowers your testosterone. Mother plant,
I mean, it makes sense just from like the energetic kind of view of it. But yeah, and I mean, it all just comes back to like how much you use it too, for sure. That's like the major thing. And yeah, I mean, yeah,
I agree. 100%. Yeah. So going into a little bit more of the readings, and we'll keep it private, no names. Just curious about like what are some things that have happened and impact that you've had on others with some readings that's really been profound for individuals. I mean, you shared your story, of course, and just so people can relate to some stories and maybe get closer to wanting to feel like connected to try, getting an aura reading.
Okay, so I guess maybe the best way to answer this question is kind of going back to how, like the work that had to be done to get here, I really just had to focus on doing the best that I can in aura readings, like doing my research, you know, what the colors mean. So how I got where I am is just like focusing on myself, trying to provide readings for other people that were going to be impactful. Because again, I got my reading, I was a shell of a human. So I know how, like firsthand, how impactful it can be for somebody who is also feeling very lost. And I just focused on trying to help somebody see the light that they possess and their talents, their gifts. And as it evolved, I started focusing or incorporating what it looks like when you're burnt out and the shadow of the colors, because there's like when you're in your shadow, you're just burnt out. And that's when you need to be so compassionate and kind to yourself instead of being the opposite. And so when you can realize what's happening, I feel like it takes away a lot of the, I don't know if pressure is the right word, but it just puts like a zoomed out perspective of what's going on. And then I give you ways to ground back into your body so that you can realize what's happening. Like, oh, I'm just burnt out. This is what I need to do now. And then you're back in your energetic flow, because we all get there anyways, you know, like we go through flows and we'll get through it. But if you can identify what's going on in the moment and know what to do about it when you're already burnt out, it's just easier to get like right back to where you were instead of going like up and down on a roller coaster.
Interesting. What comes up for me when you say that is that we talked about it earlier in the show, like self-evaluating and looking in the mirror. And doing the aura reading is like a self-evaluation from a third-person perspective, which is really cool. And this could be a tool for you all out there to have this, to be able to understand where are you at, to be able to get regrounded, take the walk, no headphones, foot on the ground, grass, ground yourself. And it's actually, I mean, this could be a really cool tool for a lot of people out there. And I could imagine this, I mean, honestly, and this is like, I love this. I love being a pioneer in something. And that's why like, I feel like I was gravitating towards you, because you're like a pioneer in this. And I think this is going to be something outside of like in Sedona or just a spiritual type of like retreat thing, or you just find at a certain type of like event. I could see this actually like maybe having a storefront, like someone going to the location and like getting sound healing and doing the aura reading, like almost like we had Optimize on the show. Optimize has like the cold plunge and has the hot tub and infrared sauna and the compression and stuff like that. But this is a really cool, light, airy way to like just like have a cool conversation and like talk, because like when you're talking to a therapist, right? The therapist has to ask you questions, and depending on where you're at, you may or may not want to say certain things. But with the aura reading, there's nothing to be said. Back to what we talked about earlier about like the difference between like being religious and spiritual. And then you can get the reading and then be able to speak to the reading, and they don't have to say anything. And then they're going to be like mind blown.
Yeah. So that's literally what happens a lot of the time. Like, and what I've found is that a lot of the time what happens in a reading, I'm not going to tell you something that you don't already know about yourself. But when it comes from some complete stranger, it kind of grabs your attention in a different way. You're like, oh, okay, maybe I really do need to take a better look at this thing, or maybe I really could benefit from stronger boundaries. So many different things. But that's what I think how I got to where I am, just through doing readings for people and it being impactful and helpful, and helping people kind of get through certain energies. You know, it's like word of mouth and like, you would be great for this event, kind of those types of connections. So yeah, I just really focus on trying to help people see their light and how to help them with their shadow where I can, hold space. A lot of people, like we've been talking about it a lot, are going through a lot of things that they don't talk about, that we have no idea. And when a complete stranger can like hold space for you in that way, it's really, really impactful for other people. And my goal with every reading is just for people to walk away with some sort of benefit.
I love that.
From that. And yeah, that's just
beautiful.
what I do.
I mean, I love that. I love that. And it's interesting. So could you also find out from a reading, like if someone's going through something, like maybe if they have some type of like illness or something, they're sick or, you know, that type of thing, does that just tie into burnout or would that be another color?
So I don't really go into like physical
Okay.
things. Like you can see in the aura when it's not strong, like when your auric shield is not strong, and that results in leaky energy. And that can be like mentally, spiritual, on a soul level, or physical. And so I do kind of address that, but it's not typically in like the physical way, because more often than not, it's kind of like a soul kind of thing, or like just an energetic kind of leak, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. I want to go a little deeper because I'm really like now nerding out here. I'm super curious. So if someone's, and like, I'm just curious for me, okay, y'all out there. If someone's energy, like, cause you could see the aura, right? And then almost like when someone has like a like bigger than life aura, you can almost like feel it, right? Like when you're around someone who, whatever, they're successful or whatever, they're just bubbly, they're happy, whatever it is. And then other aura, you could tell that like maybe it's like kind of like really like kind of dim and like it's something like is just, it could be off. It could be maybe they're just kind of like, maybe just a hermit and they don't really want to show the energy. But I guess what I'm trying to say without trying to say it, I'll just say it. Like based off the aura that you read, could you actually get closer to seeing life and death? Like, is that something like if an aura is maybe bright, does it have anything to do with death per se? Or does it not even matter?
Yeah, I don't like focus on anything like that, and my computer system like won't
even pull up anything
like
okay.
that.
Okay, I was just curious.
It will, like I can see muted colors, and there's a difference between muted colors and bright colors, and I think that's kind of more what would translate in the picture when you talk about someone who has a lot of energy and is really there, and people who are kind of like pulled their energy in. There's a lot of, there's certain aura colors kind of associated with that.
Got it.
But also, oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought again.
No, you're fine.
But you can see like the opacity in the colors.
Okay.
Is that the right word? I don't know. Oh my gosh, what is
it's coming to you.
Yeah,
like
how solid it is.
Got it.
Like how bright the colors are.
Okay.
And that does make a difference.
Got it. Okay, fantastic. No, I'm just asking because there was I don't know exactly what happened. I just had a high school friend that, God bless, passed away, and I saw his video, and I guess he was struggling for a couple years, and his energy in one of his last videos was very much kind of like defeated energy, and I just wasn't sure if like, you know, I mean, maybe, you know, it's not even relevant because I don't know if anyone who's like in that space would even try something like this. I feel like what you do is it's so opening. It's an open thing. It's a expansive thing. So it's probably not even applicable, but I was just kind of curious of like what you can pick up from that type of situation. I don't know.
No, there is a lot I can pick up.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of it, I look at the auric shield and how solid the colors are. And that does go into the reading and what information I give you and stuff.
Wow. Well, I love that. So for your company, you have a storefront, or is it just events that you go to, or do you just pop-up shops, or?
I'm fully mobile, so
Ooh.
I do a lot of events, pop-ups,
Okay.
some markets, private events, group events.
Okay.
I do have a little studio that I use in downtown Mesa, and I can take up to 3 people there.
Nice.
But other than that, I'm fully mobile.
Cool. That's awesome. So if y'all out there want to get like your a group of friends together and do aura readings, I think that you and Melissa, my wife, should do something. I can imagine tea and aura readings, I think would be great. So she could do like a yin and yang thing like that. And so that's one thing that she loves to do is events. And so she likes to create space for that. And then we like to use this space that we have built to be able to do things like that in this house. And that's why we've kind of built it the way we've made it. So it's kind of like not your traditional residential home. It has a little bit more of like a commercial / residential feel because run a company here, plus I have the podcast and what have you. But that's super cool because I want to get them excited about what they potentially could do with this to have some have a lot of fun with it because, you know, it could be part of like a cool party and like have fun and then have your pictures and like go through that process. And I'm also curious too because last time when I had did my aura reading, there was a lot of the orange, and we were talking with the orange was to explore other realms, other worlds of like whatever it would be to like explore new things. So I'm excited to see if it's still there, what that looks like, and what have you. And then if someone does get an aura reading, how long does it typically take for someone?
So it depends on when I'm out and about at a market or a pop-up, I do 10-minute readings.
Okay.
If you book a one-on-one session with me, that's where I take you in my studio in downtown Mesa. And that is a 30-minute reading.
Nice.
And we also look at your chakras when we do that reading, which it can give you some information. If you are feeling like things are off and you don't know exactly what, and we look at your chakras, it can tell you if there is like energy that wants to move or if there's any energy that you're trying to like get out of yourself, like reprogram yourself out of basically. So that can be helpful too if you just like feel off, but you don't know where to focus the energy. If you can identify which if you're a chakra is an energy center, basically. Your energy is meant to flow kind of like a river. And when we hold on to energy, like when our feelings are hurt and we just hold on to that feeling, or if we have like core values or beliefs that don't benefit us, that can get stuck in your body and it throws off the river from a stream. You know, parts of it will be really, really bumpy. And that would be like energy trying to move. We want to flow it.
Yes.
And so with a chakra analysis, you can see kind of if there's anything that might benefit from you taking a look at it, sitting with, to help the energy flow inside of you better.
I love that. I absolutely love that. I think that, if you don't know what chakras are, what have you, how many there are, you can look them up. And they're definitely something that you can't see. You can't really feel either. I mean, you can feel them in a different way outside of like touch feel. It's more of like a internal feeling and emotional that thing you could feel. I know that my wife was dealing with like the throat chakra, not feeling heard and certain things like that. And I never really think I've ever really done like like an aura reading or like a chakra reading specifically. But yeah, I definitely feel like, you know, they say the issues are in the tissue. And when you go through something out there, those issues in your tissues can start to manifest into other type of illnesses and like cancer. And that's where I feel like Dr. Joe Dispenza, which we talked about earlier, is so powerful because soon you can get into gratitude and you can get into homeostasis and you can get those chakras to flow, then your body can't really house any type of like illness.
Yeah, no, it's going back to that down regulation, like a regulated nervous system will feel peaceful. That's a regulated nervous system is all of your chakras aligned. It's basically the same thing.
Yes.
They're interchangeable. So you want to be in alignment because things are just easier. And there was something else I was going to say, but I don't really remember now.
It'll come to you.
Yeah.
No, it's so true. Like having, like, that's where I feel like everything is more connected than I think that we really think it is, because we're so used to seeing things separate. And that's where I feel like it's so powerful to have a platform like this, to be able to just one person out there, get some enlightenment. Go check out chakras, see what that is. Go do down regulation, see what that is. Maybe get a chakra or a reading here. You know what I'm saying? See what it comes up for you, especially if you're going to be in like the Central Phoenix area. Because in life, if we're here, why not experience? Why not play? You know what I'm saying? Like
1000%. Like, I think that being a human is part of it is just living the experience. Like, I really believe that part of being a human on this earth is to experience emotions, is to experience all the different types of emotions, the good and the bad, and to learn from experiences, because that's like from the very zoomed out point of view. This lifetime is very, very short compared to how many lifetimes we live. If you're into that thing, like, I respect whatever you believe. Yeah,
through that process.
Yeah, it's just being part of being a human is living, experiencing for soul growth and evolution.
100%. I know that's going to be a little bit of a deeper subject matter, just going a little bit into kind of the thought process of that. There is past life progression. That's a thing. We do hold, and you can look at like generational, like your grandparents, their grandparents, all the way down. Like you can hold things from that. You can hold things from past lives. That's why for me, like, I actually did a past life regression and I went through that process.
Ooh.
And I actually talked about it here before, and
that's cool.
And on the show, and I've been having like throat things, like not so much chakra blockage, but more so like fear of choking.
Okay.
And that actually was from a past life. And in that past life, I was going through, I don't know if you know who Aaron Doty is. Aaron Doty's really cool. He's on YouTube. He's a spiritual guy.
I feel like I've heard of his name before.
Yes. And he does a lot of spiritual work. He's in Los Angeles. And we did his event, but just did it online because we couldn't make it out to Los Angeles. And he had one of his keynotes, one of his partners, one of his friends, take the audience through this whole process. And, you go into a meditative type practice. And then next thing you know, like, you'll just it's like a movie in your mind. And whether you believe it or not, totally open to your discretion. And what came up for me was I literally just woke up in a field, and I was in this tall grass field back in like cowboy days, when there was like the Wild Wild West and bandits and horse, buggy, and carriage. And so I was walking through the field and I saw a house, and it was a small house with like, just little door, 2 windows, outhouse, go inside. There was a maid, and she was African American, and she was there, and I was pregnant, and I was a woman. And I was married to an outlaw, and the outlaw was wanted.
Ooh,
yeah,
interesting.
And next thing you know, it's time to give birth, and giving birth, he's out robbing a bank, whatever he's doing with his posse during that time. And so the housemaid, whoever she was, housemaid, whatever, she was basically helping me with giving birth. Well, I was probably in my, I think I was 24. And he was probably in his 40s. And basically he wasn't around a lot. And I cheated on him with the housemaid's brother, who was African American. And when I give birth, then he happens to come in, sees the baby, is African American, slits my throat, kills me, kills the baby, and then I wake up.
Yeah, that's a lot to carry into. I can see why the fear of choking, and that's a lot to carry. Yeah, and just from like a very detached kind of that's a lot of energy, like a big energy release. And that's a lot you're carrying with you, like your soul is carrying with you, which is what
I can feel that
does. Yeah, and it it can affect you in
Yes.
things that go on today.
Yes. And it's interesting because like I can be really in my feminine, and then like my wife, she can really be in her masculine, even though I'm the male and she's the female, which is interesting. You know, and for me, like I like to, and I'm saying this because I like to explore and understand things that I don't understand. And that's the purpose of being here on this earth, is because I'm not going to subject myself to one knowing, one way only. I need to understand what that is, whether it's LDS. We had a member living with us for 3 months, Anna. And so she's awesome. And she just moved out because her parents got a house being built. And then this is the same house that they lived in just across the street.
Oh, nice.
So we gave her a place to live. And their parents were with their parents over in Salt Lake City, Utah. And so understanding that religion a little bit, understanding, you know, Christianity, that's how I was born and raised in. And so, you know, because I want to understand what I don't know and not have any preconceived notions, because I feel like preconceived notions is what holds us back. Oh, past life regression, Norm, you're fucking crazy. What are you talking about? That didn't happen to you. Well, no, it didn't right now, but it could have somewhere else, you know? And typically the choking thing too, when I'm very low bandwidth, is when it comes up a bit more.
When you're burnt out.
When I'm burnt out. Right? Because my energy is low, I'm burnt out, and what have you. So lots of things for y'all to think about and to move through. And we actually had Anna number 2. She was on our show. She's amazing, and she is a chiropractor that doesn't touch you to heal you. She's a shaman.
Oh, wait, I want to see a shaman, actually.
She's amazing. She's in Sedona, and I can connect you.
Okay, I would love her information.
And I got you. And she actually did a quick whatever it's like a QHT, whatever, like it's.
Oh, the QHHT.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for finishing my thought.
Yeah.
And she just did a small session with me, and she literally, watch her episode, y'all. Links down below. Thank you, Liftoff Agent team. You're amazing. She literally put me through the process and like literally went back to like when I was a kid and I answered the phone and I was like 7 or 8, like my daughter's age. And my dad was in the garage working on cars because he used to work on cars in this garage, kind of like backdoor mechanic. And he was asking me all these questions on the phone and stuff that you don't ask little kids, like, is your parents home and all these things. And then I had a dog, Bull, who was like my protector, and she brought him up and went over my spiritual animal who was supposed to protect me and like literally had me bawling. Like
I love experiences like that.
Like a baby. Yeah.
That's honestly what I live for. Like, that's my favorite.
Really?
It really is.
I've been meaning to go back to see her because I have a lot that I still need to work through. And I need to just do it because I love this life. I love my life. I love what I do for a living. It's absolutely amazing. And the space that we've created and the podcast that we have. I just need a balance of spiritual growth and like personal development from, yes, business, that type of stuff, whatever, personal development on the physical level, but also on the spiritual side, you know, because I think there's a balance of that. And I think a lot of people out there, you might just think like personal development is like going to the gym, reading books, like working out, exercising, yoga. Like, no, like it's on the other side, it's the spiritual side, going deeper with that.
Yeah.
So yeah. And QHET is not cheap.
Yeah, no, I've done it before and it was, it was definitely interesting. I didn't get like visuals.
Oh no.
With anything. No, I don't ever like visually see anything. I'm very big feeling. So I can like feel what's happening.
Okay.
In my body. But yeah, it was definitely an experience.
Wow.
So yeah, that's really, really cool that you did that.
Yeah. You know, speaking of like what you said, serendipity, like it was just serendipitous. Like it wasn't even something that I was like trying to do. It was just like, I had Jonathan, who was on the show. Jonathan's like, you got to meet Anna. Anna came here and then we hit it off. And then my wife and her were talking like they just knew each other for like ever. It was one of those situations.
Those are the best connections too.
Oh my God.
They really are. Like
amazing.
You know something magical is going to happen when it starts out that way.
Yes. And so since then, Melissa was at a retreat up in Sedona, and then Anna went as well, and they reconnected up there, which was beautiful. And then I'm gonna probably go back up here soon, and we'll do it again. I'm actually looking at Dr. Joe Dispenza's event coming up next month. Actually, in 2 months. It's in December, beginning of December in San Diego. It's a 7-day retreat. It's $2,500, and it covers the food, and it covers the stay, and then the whole week worth of just healing. And so I'm like, oh my God, that could be so cool.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And the cool thing is that, and I'm so blessed, and I don't think I've ever really said this, and I'll say it now, what I'm talking about and what I'm going through to evolve as a human, I do the same with every single team member at my company. At Liftoff Agent. And they're all Filipino, and I go to the Philippines every year. And they're all very open to this philosophy and ideologies of spirituality and different ways of thinking. So as I level up, I then pour into them to help them level up. And this is just a little piece of the opportunity to do this for the general public.
I love that. Yeah. Any way to pay it forward and help out is way more. I feel like that's really, really good karma. And that,
Amen.
Yeah. So I think that's beautiful. But like, not that you're doing it for that, just out of the pureness of your heart, that's what gets you the karma, just to clarify that.
I love that.
And another thing I remembered what I was going to say earlier about, you were talking about going back to her, that there's more healing and stuff that you need to work on.
Yeah.
And to that, I just want to say, take everything as you can. You don't have to force yourself into healing. It's okay to take a break from it and to be a human. It really is. Like, be a human as much as you can. Like, yes, heal. That's very important. But sometimes it gets really heavy and it's a lot, and you just got to go back to being a human. And once you can like get your bandwidth again, then you can go back into it. And I think that's totally fine to give yourself the space and the compassion that I'm not really ready to dive back in completely yet. And that's perfectly okay.
Interesting. I like that perspective. And yeah, it is heavy. It is very heavy.
And it takes a while to move through it. Like you can experience something heavy and move a lot of heaviness, but that doesn't make it go away. Like maybe for a little bit, but it does kind of, if it's something you've carried for a long time, it comes back up, and it's just more kind of releasing, accepting, and making different choices in that moment. And sometimes the choice is to be human.
I love that.
So, and that's perfectly fine, because again, just do the best that you can. And if the best that you can is be a human, then go ahead and just be a normal person, and the healing can wait for maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. I love that. Yeah. And that's my goal. I think the biggest thing for me as I grow and get to the next level of knowing and be more centered and grounded is to be able to communicate in a way that's impactful to help people from the perspective of like a lot of this week's conversation was like coming from the perspective of you're already there, not needing to put blockages up because you're thinking if this, then that, and I need to do this to get to there. And it's like, here's $1 million. What would you do? How would you feel right now? You'd feel amazing. Great. How would you spend it? Oh, pay off debts, buy your mom a new car, buy a house, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine, like that could just be. And I was watching another post, and he goes by Rob the Bank, really cool dude on Instagram. And he sold a couple companies, and he's doing all these different things, and he has really cool spiritual type content on short form Instagram. And he's like, yeah, you hack the system. Let the universe bring it to you, because you have a knowing that you deserve it and that it's already yours, and you demand it as it is.
Yes. I love how you said that, as it is. Yes. Affirmations are huge for getting into the state of mind. I do a lot of this myself. Like whenever, because I have imposter syndrome.
Really?
Huge imposter syndrome. Like pulling up here, I'm Oh my gosh. Yes,
Did it.
Yes, I have really bad imposter syndrome. I do everything scared. Honestly,
She was kind of nervous on the videos when I was like filming her. She was like,
oh my gosh, I was so rigid, so rigid. I'm a lot more relaxed now, like more comfortable. And
yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So I have really bad imposter syndrome, and whenever I start, my mindset starts like beating myself up. Is when, or if I start stressing about like money or not like opportunities, things like that, I go into the affirmations of I am exactly where I'm meant to be right here in this place in this time. Everything comes to me with ease. The universe loves to bless me with money. I do say all those things, you know, like everything that I want will come to me when it's meant to be. Nothing that, or there's a big one that I say all the time, and it's nothing that's meant for me will ever pass me, which is a really big one because you can feel like you miss out on opportunities and things a lot. But anything that's ever truly meant for you will not pass you by. And that gives my soul a lot of peace when, when rewiring your brain to become more open to receiving, I guess.
I love that. Let's go. That's a liftoff right there. And you can check out, I think a lot of this would be helpful, like reading Becoming Supernatural, looking at Dr. Joe Dispenza, if you even want to watch his Becoming Supernatural series on Gaia, that will help you also be able to go through that process. As you all know who's watching, and if you're new, if you don't know, this is an experience. I don't even want to call this a podcast. I know that's the cliche because it's like, well, you have the headphones and you have this and that. I'm like, yeah, I understand. But that's not really like, I don't like to say that because I want it to be different, and I want it to be from the perspective of like, just vibing out, take them on a journey, have fun with the process. So we are now almost an hour and a half in. So I want to give you the opportunity to take the second half, or the last quarter of the show, take it over and kind of walk them through the process. How much time do you want? What's your intentions for us doing a live session?
Okay. Well, I would like if we can talk a little about auras, like what they are and things like that. So, what is an aura? We all have an energetic field or frequency energy that we are emitting from our body. That's called the aura. What happens when you come get a reading with me is I have a sensor right here in front of us, and it picks up whatever frequency you are putting out. So you put your hand on the sensor picks up your frequency, converts that frequency into color. Different colors have different characteristics and meanings. And then my job as a reader is to go through and interpret all of that information. And I do it through like actual research knowledge of aura colors, and my intuitive abilities as well will come through. And that really depends on how open you are as a person too. I will say there are readings where the information is just really, really flooding through for people.
I love it.
And then there are times where it's more rigid, and I can't think of the right word for it. But
like,
just
maybe is it like not flowing as well, almost like, or
it feels as if people are not as like open. Like it kind of feels like they're putting like an energetic barrier up a little bit. Like when I'm talking to them,
they're like blocking.
sometimes.
They're like blocking.
That's what it feels like. I don't know if that's exactly what's going on, but that's kind of what it feels like. But the cool thing about aura readings is it can go as lighthearted and fun as a fun personality test. Like, this is what the colors mean. This is how they act. That. Or it can be like really deep and impactful and like really healing and get into, I don't want to say like deeper things, because if anything, I just hold space for people and allow them to feel what's going on in that moment. But yeah, so I love the versatility of it.
I love that.
And yeah, so I guess we can kind of get like let's
do it. Yeah. this is your show now. So whatever you want to do, like I'm super excited to do it and love to just give everyone the opportunity to see this. And it's cool because we're recording it and anyone around the world could see this, which is really exciting. So then we can give people the opportunity and perspective. And then y'all could, look up locally wherever you're located, if you're not located in the greater Phoenix area. And if, you potentially, who knows, maybe you want to fly her out, that send her DM, you want to do a group session, fly her out, pay for her time, pay for the flight, what have you, like that's also possible too. And we're going to show you how all this works now. And also be able to show you like the colors, what it means, go through the process. I'm curious too, because I've done it. And I may have the picture in the closet over here. So we potentially, we could compare it too, if that's something that, I don't know.
I do want to compare it, and I do have.
And you probably already have it.
I have it pulled up right here.
Oh, there you go. She already has it. That's awesome.
Picture though.
And we could we'll show you what that looks like. Let's see if I can go ahead and get closer in on you. Perfect. Awesome. So then they're going to see what you're going to show them, and then also going to be able to. So your camera's straight ahead. And so this is what they're going to see as you see on this screen here. There I am.
There we go. This is your aura reading from August 30th.
Okay.
So the end of August.
Okay.
It's either 30th or 31st. I forget.
Yeah.
So he has a lot of green, orange, and blue. The color in the center of your picture is, like your core essence. And then what is on the left of you is what's coming in for you, incoming energy. Above your head is your thinking energy, your thoughts and goals.
Okay.
And then to the right is energy that you put out that other people feel from you. And then what's below you is how you ground into reality.
It's funny you say the right because you're on my right. It's funny. I'm like, I didn't even think about that. Like I did that on purpose. It's like, hold on, the energy on the right. I'm like, wait.
Oh yeah.
Right, as a podcaster, right? I'm
what
like,
you're putting out.
I'm like giving you the right energy. Okay. Okay. Wow. All right.
I love that. And then it can also be the left side of the body is feminine energy. And then the right side of your body can be looked at as masculine energy. And that's more like kind of metaphysical stuff. Like if you have ailments or something on your body, if it's left side versus right side, and you want to go like psychological with it, like I always do.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there. Interesting.
Okay. No, I mean, this is all good information. I think that, whoever's out there viewing and listening might just take one thing that could be the catalyst. It could be the freaking thing that we're like, oh my God, like that was what I needed to hear or whatever. So that's why, I love you being here today and I love this experience. This is so cool.
I'm so excited. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do your aura photo. All right. We're going to do a recheck. So go ahead, put your right hand on the sensor there. Right. Yeah, feel free to move. That's kind of heavy, but you can move it.
I'll just do it here. All right. I'm on.
All right. And then I'm going to have you keep your hand there for a couple seconds. Feel free to vibe out in your energy. You can close your eyes. Okay. Then you can go ahead and lift up your hand.
I was focusing on my heart center there. As I breathed in, I was doing a little bit more of like the heart center, like breathe in. I could feel the heart energy. I breathe out and I'm just like, get rid of all that waste.
Yes. Okay. Give me 1 second.
So cool because to do something the first time like this and for it to work out the way it is so exciting because we didn't know how it all go with her technology and then the podcast technology. So this is really cool.
And then go ahead, look at my camera right there. Smile on 3. Oh, wait. I have to get you in the center because I'm a freak.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Awesome.
And then I'm going to start printing it. So your colors did change.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay. I love it. Yeah, it's interesting. When she first did it, there's like just the colors, nothing in the center, and then you take the picture and then she like puts them together. It's super cool. So she's doing right now. I love it. And then also want to say thank you so much as she's doing that. I got some really cool gifts. This is going to be a bath bomb that I got, which is awesome. And then these sticks are super cool. Your aura star. This is awesome. Another gift. Shine your light. Shine your light. Shine your light. Got that. And then also got some really cool hearts. So I'll have to share that. My daughter loves the pink hearts, so she'd definitely love that.
I actually grabbed an extra one just for her.
Aww.
'Cause I
Yeah, she would love this. The 3 is perfect too because there's 3 of us in our family. I love that.
perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, it's just printing. Sorry, I thought I told it to print and I didn't.
It's like, I thought the access denied. No worries. Take your time. No big deal. We're doing great. We're still only like 1:32, so we got plenty of time. And if you're enjoying today's episode, do us a favor and like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and that will help the algorithm show this to more people. And if there is someone out there you think that should see this episode, definitely share it because we'd love them to be able to be on this experience with us. So that would be huge. And of course, all the links down below will be available so you can be able to follow, get a reading. And of course, you can also follow me at Mr. Liftoff or our Instagram for the Liftoff Experience, which would be great. It's printing.
It is going.
I love it.
And I'm trying to.
Yeah, it's when technology works, it's nice, right?
I know.
It works supposed to, but
It's just slow for some reason.
yeah.
It's been like that lately. I don't know why.
Oh, really? Just printing wise?
Oh my gosh, like I've been having crazy issues with my printer. And
interesting.
like this week has been like crazy. So many things have been like tried to go wrong.
Dude, same here.
Like there's something going on this week.
There's something going on for this week for sure.
For sure.
Like pool light went out, flat tires going freaking flat, like my tint on my windows messed up, like all these little things. Like the travel trailer has a little bit of leak inside. The guests that were here, they just had all these little things come up. The internet wasn't working properly. I was like, what is going on? I'm like, why is this just back to back to back? But also there is a lot of energy shift currently right now in the fact that like the government shut down and they're resetting a lot of stuff because what they're going to do is they're changing, this is my opinion, and you can quote me on this to see what happens. They're changing the fiat currency to crypto. I think that's what's happening. And there's supposed to be a big announcement in November. So if you have crypto, congratulations. If you don't, you might want to get some. Start off with the cheap stuff like Dogecoin, stuff like that, XRP, and then you can get into the expensive stuff like, say, Bitcoin. But I think that there's going to be a big shift with that. So we'll see what happens. And
I could see that.
yeah, and with the full moon too. So I think we're kind of going through a little bit of a recalibration.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, from a zoomed out, like
Yeah.
timeline kind of wise, it makes a lot of sense. I
And
could see
with
that happening.
that calibration, I could see how certain things could be working maybe not as intended because we're recalibrating, and then some stuff may need to change from the perspective of like, change that light or get some air in your tires. Who knows? But it's interesting.
Yeah, no, so if you have been having like a crazy week this week, you're not alone, I guess. 'Cause-
We're October 17th, by the way. So October 17th, for me, it started, I would say, as far as a crazy week, it was like from October 9th all the way throughout the 17th, 2025. It was just a very interesting time during the time that the government shut down, just for anyone who's watching in the future. And you maybe don't recall, or if you do, comment below. Did you have a crazy week as well? Would love to know.
Yeah. Okay. So your
we got?
colors are now, you've got blue in the center and above your head with purple and red. So
Interesting.
try and get it without the glare there.
Yep, there you go.
So this is
Wow.
what we're looking at.
Very different.
Very, very different. So you were green, orange, What
Yeah, it
was
was
it?
green, orange, and purple, I believe, last time, if I wasn't mistaken.
I just had it pulled up. Let me grab
Yeah,
it
no
again.
worries. And I wondered too, because I was at that event then, and things were a little bit different, and now to where I'm at. So, and we're also now in my space here, personal home,
You've
and
had a
what
little
have
bit
you.
of a transition
I've had a
too
huge, I've had a
recently.
huge transition
So,
recently.
yeah, that makes sense why colors change. So,
Huge.
a big question that I get is, do your aura colors change? And yes, they do change. It is very, very dependent on like person to person. I am somebody who changes their colors quite often. My husband has always been the same color combination
Wow.
for the last 3 years.
Wow.
Every time I've ever checked him, it's always been like sporadic and he's always been the same. So it's very, very dependent on person to person.
Okay.
It depends on how much internal and external change you go through. So when we do a reading, it's very dependent on that moment, your energetic state, the thoughts in your mind, like what's going on at home, things like that. And so as those things change, your aura colors change as well. And also with like say you come, you get a reading from me and say you're yellow and you have a lot of those like shame spiraling and analysis paralysis going on. And then you get a reading from me, you realize what's going on, you start going on more walks. And from that, your energy can change because you come more in flow. And so that can also kind of spark a different, what's the word I'm looking for?
Like response to like the aura colors.
Yeah, just like a different state of mind, just a different like energetic state.
Yeah.
And so, yes, your colors can change and morph
Wow.
depending from person to person.
I love that.
Okay. So, doing your reading, I'll try and show the camera.
Yeah, that's fine. That works great like that. Yeah. You can see what they're seeing here.
Okay. So, here in the center, this is your core personality. So, having blue right now, going from green to blue, green is grounded in itself. It is practical. It's very zoomed out. It is looking at all the pieces, how they all fit together. And then now we are more blue. So that tells me that we're a little bit more in our feelings. We're a little bit more in a reflective kind of state, a little bit more. I could even see like focused more on family and home and things close to you in that aspect versus like external work and even what's going on with like external family members, possibly. Blues are very family oriented. So, yeah, I see you going into more of a family transitional stage and a little bit more, I want to say, accepting of feelings and honoring what comes up versus maybe like pushing it away or just like, not right now, I'm busy kind of things. So we're going to move on in the energy here to the left. So when we're looking at your picture, I'm looking at you. So this is your left and this is your right. You've got purple here, and it is a really bright purple.
Yeah, it is.
And so what's coming in very strongly is intuition. It's going to be purple's very visionary, it's artistic, it's creative. It is very, very in tune with itself. So blue is also very intuitive. It's going to be more like your feelings are very strong and it feels like solid truth, or it'll feel like no.
Yeah.
And that's
Yes.
kind of what's guiding you through life. The purple coming in is intuition outside of you. So that's going to be the signs and the symbols. It's going to be the like random downloads into your brain, which what I
Yes.
mean by that is like there's a situation that you've been pondering about for a while, and then you're driving and all of a sudden you get the solution to that answer, kind of like out of nowhere. Or if you've been stuck on trying to move something forward, and then all of a sudden it gains momentum in ways that are outside of you, like other people kind of come in and make something happen.
Yes.
That's very much this purple energy coming in.
I love that.
It tells me that if you have been reaching out to the other side, God, angels, whatever you identify with, they're very much reaching back. The universe is here like, hey, we see you. We're around you. We got you. We're working in your favor.
I love that.
So I love that.
I can feel that.
And then up here you have blue, which is your thinking energy. So that's going to be your thought process is very much based on how is this going to make me feel? How is this going to make them feel? How will this decision impact me long term? What does this look like a year down the road? So it's very, very reflective in nature.
Yeah.
It's very absorbing too. So what I do like is your overall aura right here. It's pretty solid. Like it's a pretty solid shape. There is a little bit of kind of like indenting in a little bit of spots. And up here, that's going to be for your thinking process. So it can be either there might be some negative self-talk going on, or there can be other people's thoughts and opinions are taking up space in your brain and your thought process.
Thoughts and opinions of others have came up for me, especially after going through a tough situation with someone that I brought close to me to mentor and to coach to help with the Liftoff Agent brand. And it didn't work out the way it was supposed to. So I was beating myself up over things and definitely analyzing a lot of that.
And your feeling of that too, I'm sure, with all the blue and just, learning all the, like really going into it to feel it, to gain the knowledge for moving forward and just to feel it. And so, the main thing is to just be aware of it, right? So that when the next time we find ourselves in that moment, you can redirect the thoughts and solidify your aura by just reparenting yourself in that moment. Like when you start talking negatively about yourself, like, oh, wait, this is what I did before. Now, and then just talk yourself out of whatever situation that was. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. And that will solidify the aura so that those thoughts don't have room there anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
Okay. And then here to the right, this is energy that's coming from you. So other people experience your energy as passionate, courageous, a leader, somebody who provides safe space for other people to come and be in your energy.
Welcome.
Right? You can guide them, lead them. And at the end of the day, it's like a common kind of goal or a common kind of understanding. Now, the thing about red is they're very truthful, very honest, very loyal. They expect truth, honesty from other people. If a red is not getting respect, they cannot give it to other people.
Amen. I love that.
And so the thing about red, especially when it's on the right side, and that's what we're putting out, sometimes it can represent suppressed anger that's coming up. And I say that from like my own personal experience. I don't have a lot of red in my aura, but when it does pop up, which was like a very brief moment in time,
Yeah.
I was having dreams where I was like angry and like yelling.
Oh my God.
It was so wild. But
Yeah.
anyway, so just be mindful that we're not projecting anything like that onto other people. Since the energy is already prominent there, it can be easy to slip out.
Yeah.
Not saying that you're someone who's like that. Just be mindful because, we're just human. Sometimes we snap.
Yeah, I have my moments for sure. And I feel like because last past week, so much going on, and then it's been kind of controlled chaos at the house. And then, it's Friday night, and then now we have this like hocus pocus event, and my wife's busy with that. And so she's been kind of snappy, and then I kind of get a little snappy too. And it's just like, yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah, there's a lot of go energy. It's just a lot. There's a lot there to work with. So, and that's not a bad thing either.
Yeah.
Everything in duality. So there's a light and there's a shadow. So just be mindful of that.
Yeah. I love that.
But I wanted to look at your chakras too. So I did pull that up for you.
Ooh, okay. Love that.
And
We didn't do the chakras last time, so that's awesome to be able to see what that's about.
yeah, absolutely. Okay, so all of your chakras are nice, solid, bright, and filled in, which I love to see. So this tells me that all the energy is moving and flowing in your body.
Okay.
Now, when we look at these, ideally, we want them to be balanced, right? So that we're equally tapped into all of the energy. I've seen that one time on one person in
Wow.
3 years of doing readings.
That's amazing.
So it's very, like, this is very, very normal. What this tells me is that right now we are really, really, really tapped into that spiritual, intuitive energy.
I feel that for sure.
We're really, and this is going to be more like collective themes too, like really tapped into the larger vision or the larger meaning of things. And then we're also really, really in our throat chakra, which is nice and super bright up here. So we are really in our truth and we're speaking our voice and we're using our, like we're not holding anything back, which I love that. A lot of us have throat chakra blockages, which I don't really like using the word blockage
Yeah.
because it, it's just more of, I don't really know a better word for it.
Yeah. I
But-
think that makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
I could relate. So, yeah.
And then another thing that really stuck out to me was right here. There's actually like a number system on top of each of these chakras. And you have 444 right here.
Oh my God.
444 angel numbers. I'm
Yes.
always going to point out an angel number when I see one. So fours represent protection. So if there's a situation or something that you're going through, just know that the universe has your back. They see you and they are protecting you some way, shape, or form from something. So if there's like maybe something that you're wanting to work out, but it doesn't really look like it's going to make it or it's kind of falling apart, be patient. It feels like the universe is conspiring in your favor.
Yeah.
And there's protection at play here for you.
That's awesome. No, I like that a lot because it, yeah, I mean, you do what you do and you try to do the best you can to do it. And then things go awry and then you're like, whoa, like I did not foreshadow that. And then it's like, you kind of feel like now you're being made to be someone you're not. Like that's not my intention to be malicious or the intention to do anything negative towards anybody. And so with that to then come to the forefront, like it's awesome that the universe has your back.
Yeah, no, 1000%. It's always what I've come to find out with aura readings is it's like the tangible experience that people just always feel, but this is like tangible. Like it's right here in front of you. You can see it with your eyes. And that kind of makes the experience a little bit different than just like feeling something and even like talking out everything you're feeling with somebody.
Yeah.
It gives it a little bit more, if anything, I would say being able to accept and like release certain things, like to let things solidify for you if you want them to.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
100%. Yeah, I definitely love that a lot. And I think that that's what's coming up for me is to solidify and then release and yeah, keep on keeping on.
All right. And then it doesn't show on the picture, but on my computer screen down here is your grounding. So you've got green here for those of you who can't see. Green is it's practical, grounded, very rooted in like 3D logical steps. So really this is like going to emphasize right now, we're kind of really tapped into the blue. So that can look like if we don't have motivation or we don't feel like doing something, maybe we're not going to get it done that day. It kind of might be more up and down with your emotions. So whenever those are a little off or too much, or maybe you don't even feel like giving yourself the self-care that day, which blues sometimes can do.
Yeah.
Really lean into that green grounding and just go outside, put your feet in the grass, go for a little walk.
Okay.
You can do some quick meditation. That would be a good thing for green too. But yeah, that'd be some breath work maybe.
Yes.
But that'd be a really good way to just call all your energy back to you and solidify it within yourself, because blues are spongy, they're absorby, and you can feel other people's feelings as your own. Definitely feel the vibes of a room. So it's really important to make sure you're getting rid of that energy, cleansing it in some way, shape, or form. You can use the bath salts. The easiest way, which is what I usually do, just say a little quick prayer. It takes like less than a minute. And I just call all my energy back to me, and I disconnect from all the energy that I interacted with. And I just feel like my energy coming back to myself.
Wow.
I feel that inner peace. And
Yes.
then you're good to go.
That's beautiful. Wow.
But yeah, that's pretty much what I have for you as far as the aura readings go.
Wow. It really, I think it's divine timing because of just all the things. And I have been feeling like I've been taking on others' energy a little bit, especially with my grandmother and my stepfather-in-law and what they have going on. And then like my brother-in-law, he was on a trip, now he's back and he's in between some stuff. He was here yesterday at lunch. And I tried to explain to her, my wife, I was like, love my brother-in-law. He's awesome. All the things. It just, he's in a different state of being right now, and what he's up to and what he's doing, kind of like retired, but not retired, and just sold a house and traveling and figuring things out. And it's just like, lunch for me is like kind of like my time just to like make space and eat and take a nap. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, okay, what's going on in your life? What are you doing? What's going on? All the things. And, you already have so much already in your own plate. So, I don't ever like to disregard anyone. That's not like my demeanor. I want to be loving and kind and understanding. And, it's my brother-in-law and my wife loves him. And, some stuff came up. And so what you got? I'm here, So it's perfect timing. It makes a whole lot of sense.
Good. But at the same time, you only have so much space to hold.
Yeah.
So just make sure that, that's being accounted for as well.
Yeah. No, 100%. What do you all think? Give us your commentary down below of what you thought. I have to say, this is probably has to be like one of my top 3 favorites podcast episodes I've ever done. I just love the fact that like I've done like almost 600 podcasts, by the way.
Oh my gosh, wait, I had no idea.
Yeah, my main podcast, I've done 530 episodes. This one I'm at like 34, 35. So, yeah, it's just amazing. Like, it just, the experience factor to like having this and like the transfer of like gifts back and forth and to share it with you all. It's just beautiful.
Thank you for having me so much. You do a really, really beautiful job of, I feel like when I talk, sometimes I don't quite make all my thoughts flow. And so you're really great at kind of keeping the conversation like going in a certain direction, but also flowing with it at the same time.
Yes.
And like collecting thoughts.
Yes.
And you're really, really good with your words, and you're clearly right where you're meant to be.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And you could tell as you were going through what you're going through, how you were really in where you're supposed to be, and hope you could see that visually from the perspective of like, you're just flowing through it, and as it was coming through you, and it wasn't pushed or thrived, and it wasn't like, train of thought, nothing. It was just like, and that's when you're in your knowing. That's when you're doing something that you're supposed to.
Thank you so much for having me.
I love that. I love that. Oh.
Thank you for watching today's episode of the Liftoff Experience, as it is our intention to be able to help you have more liftoff in your life, personally, professionally, and spiritually. That's why we bring on amazing individuals and amazing episodes to be able to help you do as such. New episodes come out every single Saturday. Make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment below with one thing that you took away from the episode. And if you have a compelling story that you wish to share and you want to come to Phoenix, Arizona, Gilbert, Arizona specifically, to our recording studio, we'd love to have you on an episode. And a big thank you to Liftoff Agent, who does the thumbnail, writes the copy, does all the content for our show behind the scenes, as all I do is find guests, point and shoot, and have a good time. So thanks so much to Liftoff Agent team. Thank you so much for staying to the end of the episode. And just do us a favor and like, subscribe, give us your feedback so we can get this out to more individuals. And of course, you can share this with someone else that you think that should see it. Because at the end of the day, we all have to help each other and serve each other to have more liftoff. And now, our YouTube channel, you can go ahead and see all of our other videos. If you're listening to this, just go to the Liftoff Experience on YouTube. And if you're watching this, then you can see on the screen that we have lots of episodes that you can take a look at and you can watch today to be able to go deeper with different subject matters to help you have more liftoff in your life. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. God bless. We'll see you all on the next one.